Everybody, Shannon Petrovich with Therapist Talks. Mental toughness, 12 strategies to help develop yours. Mental toughness, grit, resilience are in short supply these days. You can be brilliant and talented, but if you can't tough out a difficult situation, you'll be hard-pressed to even function in our stressful world, much less excel. So much of what people struggle with comes down to the lack of toughness. Here are 12 strategies to develop your mental toughness. Number 1, hold yourself accountable for every attitude. Though others helped put these attitudes into us when we were young, they're now our responsibility to look at and keep or throw out as we deem necessary. As we experience life and stress, we interpret those experiences through the lens of our own beliefs and attitudes. We come out with emotions and actions that are often not the only choice. As an example, we can take two people who go through a cancer diagnosis. The first is initially overwhelmed and upset, of course, but then gets to work tackling the next steps, gathering their resources, getting support from family and friends, and driving headlong into the battle. The second is overwhelmed and upset, of course, but then gets lost in a cycle of anger, resentment, unfairness, frustration, avoids the work of fighting the battle, expects others to do everything for them, and is angry at everyone and everything when anything doesn't go their way. The two people have the same experience of a cancer diagnosis, but the actual experience for them and for their loved ones is radically different. The first will be overwhelmed at times, but will also feel strong, capable, empowered. They'll feel loved and supported and grateful for every moment of life and grateful for the people who care for them. Just as importantly, those who love and support them will want to continue to be part of that team. The second will feel overwhelmed and upset, powerless, abandoned, and victimized no matter what anyone tries to do. And those who love them will feel overwhelmed and resentful throughout the already challenging experience. The upshot is we can't determine what happens to us, but we can choose how we respond. Choosing to hold ourselves accountable for our attitudes helps us to manage a situation rather than being overwhelmed by it. So see every challenge and disappointment and upset as potential for growth. We used to have an acronym, AFGO, another freaking growth opportunity. It made us laugh and reminded us to use whatever challenges we were facing as opportunities to learn and grow. Again, we don't choose a lot of what happens to us, but we absolutely choose how we face it. When we face it as another growth opportunity, we can deepen our self-understanding, grow stronger emotionally, be there for others in ways we didn't think possible before, and we can see ourselves as mentally tougher. When we wallow in self-pity over something that's happening, we will resent every aspect of the experience, we'll bring a negative attitude to each challenge, and we not only don't grow, but we feel worse than before. Number 2, be accountable for your awareness. Our awareness or attention is like a spotlight. Whatever we focus on is what we notice, and all outside of the spotlight is dim and dark. When we focus our spotlight on the negative, the past, the anger, resentments we hold, we will dim out the rest of the blessings in our lives, the positive possibilities, the future, and we also dim out the others in our lives who are there for us. We literally see only what we attend to, and the rest becomes a blur. When we do this, we rob ourselves and others of any peace, joy, positive possibilities. We rob ourselves of our future, of any sense of closeness in relationships. And when we attend to the positives, they become our direction, our guiding light forward. We move into those realities. Your windshield is much bigger than your rearview mirror, so keep your focus on the windshield. Focusing on the rearview mirror will surely crash you. Number 3, take accountability for your actions, quickly and completely. When you've made a mistake or done something you're not proud of, apologize, make amends where appropriate, and create strategies to make sure it doesn't happen again. No excuses, no blame shifting, just own it and do whatever it takes to make it right and move on. We waste so much time and energy avoiding, denying, blaming, minimizing, rationalizing, when clear ownership and apology can be the bridge that gets us over the river to the next step. Learn from your mistakes, grow from them, and move on. Number 4, realize that bad stuff happens to everyone. You are not specially picked on by the universe. I know you don't want to hear it, but that's the truth. It's a broken, fallen world with many broken people in it, and messed up things happen to everyone. It's normal to be stunned by something terrible and even ask, why is this happening to me? But to stay stuck there is not going to get you through it and will pollute your attitude and your ability to function in an already difficult situation. Yes, it's a drag when bad things happen, and I've definitely felt this way myself at times. When I was diagnosed with cancer at age 34 and went through losses and physical hardships I don't even want to describe, I initially felt it was so unfair, but staying stuck there would have probably cost me my life. We have to realize that bad stuff happens to everyone, and we have to do our best with what we're given. Number 5, recognize your humanness. We're all broken, imperfect, fallible, and oh so very human. None of us are perfect, and none of us are garbage. We're all very flawed, and at the same time, we all have the potential to be brilliant, loving, caring, and wonderful in our own unique way with our own unique gifts. Look at your tendency to swing wildly from believing you're above it all to feeling like garbage. When you realize and remember you're human and you refuse to let yourself aggrandize or degrade yourself, you give yourself permission to learn and grow. Number 6, every single time you want to quit or avoid, do the opposite. This means whenever and whatever makes you want to quit or avoid or escape, stop and drive straight into the fray instead. If you want to become mentally tougher, it's like lifting weights. You have to show up and keep lifting heavier weights. In mental toughness terms, this means noticing opportunities to get tougher. Can you stay the course with something a little bit longer? Work harder at it. Can you look at the deadline as a parameter that's making you work harder and smarter for this period of time? And getting to that deadline with a solid outcome is going to feel so strong and so good. Number 7, be early for everything. This is one of the very simple ways to start showing up literally for your life. Being chronically late is avoidance, entitlement, and lack of accountability all rolled into one habitual action. See this for what it is in yourself and plan to be early to everything. You might be amazed at the impact it has on you and others. You'll begin to feel more in control when you're not always anxious about being late or having to defend your right to be late. You will see how much you annoyed other people with your lateness and see them appreciating you and respecting you more. Number 8, do everything for a higher purpose. When we do things for ourselves or someone else, we are often inconsistent with quality and quantity of work. We do the minimum, try to skate by or slide by and see how much we can get away with when we feel like it, and then we work hard when we feel like it. If we do everything for a higher purpose, we'll do it with excellence always and not act out on our passive-aggressive attitudes or momentary emotions. There's actually a Bible verse that says, "Do all as if for God, not for man." This reminds us to keep our focus on excellence above the humans that we're working for. When we do this, we'll feel good about our work, even when we're upset with our boss or company. We'll strive for excellence for our own sense of self and purpose without thinking about others' judgments. Number 9, welcome feedback of all sorts. Reflect honestly on your progress, on your attitudes, actions, and awareness, and see all feedback as potentially helpful. In AA, we say, if it fits, let it sit. If it don't apply, let it fly. This means you welcome feedback without defensiveness, then assess it for yourself to see if it might be helpful. If you're defensive when people give you feedback, they're not going to bother to give you any input in the future. Number 10, being teachable means being willing to fail and being willing to feel stupid. This is really tough. It means that you're more interested in your own growth and excellence than in feeling coddled and built up. We all want positive feedback and to feel comfortable, but to be mentally tough and to learn, grow, and move forward, we have to be able to tolerate discomfort. We have to realize you don't know it all in order to be teachable. Will you feel stupid at times? Yeah, we all do. And then if you stick with it, you don't. Number 11, be someone you respect. Be kind, be supportive of others, show self-control when things are hard. Celebrate others' successes and be grateful. I can't emphasize this enough. When we are grateful, we feel better within ourselves and with those around us, and those around us feel appreciated by us. When we're grateful, we don't expect others to do for us, and we appreciate it when they do something kind or helpful. This is a much healthier dynamic than the often very entitled attitudes people carry around these days. Many people bring this entitlement into their personal and professional relationships and carry the resentments that go along with these expectations. Number 12, work hard, play hard. In all of my supervisory roles, I've tried to live this. In a special needs school where I worked, we were having a particularly stressful staff meeting. A woman had donated a bunch of puppets to us, and in a moment of inspiration or craziness, I don't know, I threw puppets at each of the staff, and we all started talking with our puppets. We were having so much fun while actually being very productive. When the very stiff, stodgy superintendent of schools came in, I tossed him a puppet too. He went along with it, And the working relationships we developed with him that day really lived on to help us in more ways than I can count. So find ways to make things creative, fun, interesting, and productive at the same time. If you work alone, get up and out frequently so that you work hard and play hard too. This balance builds resilience. Mental toughness is at least as important as your brilliance, inspiration, and talent. Develop your mental toughness and your life at work and home will improve dramatically. If you've appreciated this video, please share it on your social media. You never know when your sharing might help someone else in your circle. Please subscribe to this channel and take good care of yourselves. I'll talk to you again soon.